Okay, now we're in the K bathroom. This is the medicine cabinet here. All right. And this would be your shower. You would turn it on, set your temperature. With this, here's your handheld shower. And it has an on and off button. On, off. Because you do not want to run straight water because you'll use all your water up. So you'll set your temperature. Before you shower, there's a mat on the floor that you take out and you put here in the hallway, and you see your shower drain. Okay, so that's how you shower. Here's your shower curtain. It's a little tight in here, so it's a little difficult to show you this, but there's a hook and a bungee, and here's how you shower. Naturally, after you take the bungee off, you'll pull your curtain around, and there is one snap there, and there is a snap here. That's how you know you have it correct. So now you have that like that, and you will close your doors, the waterproof doors, and now you're ready to shower. Okay? All right, and if you like, while you're showering, you push that up, and that'll exhaust for you. And make sure you shut that when you're done, because it is not waterproof. It will rain inside. After you shower, you can leave the shower curtain like that. Now sometimes some people like the toilet getting wet. I don't. So I add these extra two. When you shower, you put those two up first. Now again, all the way around, and you're completely covered. Okay, now you can let the shower curtain hang overnight after you shower and let it dry. When you're all done, you'll roll it back up and hang it on the hook. Okay, now to continue in the bathroom, this is your sink. It's a pull down sink. You pull it out, you put your water on, and you shut your water off. Here's hand soap for you. Now when you lift this up, you lift it up slowly so it drains nice and slow. And then snap it in place. Here's your switch. Okay, your toilet. It's a foot pedal toilet. I'm going to come out here and put the water pump on. Right now you can see it says water pump off. Here's your button. You just touch it, and you'll notice it takes a second, and then it says on. Now you can use your water. This is how you flush. There's a foot pedal right there on the bottom. You'll step on it, flush, and put it back. Make sure while you're traveling the toilet seat is down. This sprayer here is in case you have some extra dirt that didn't go down. While you're holding the pedal, you can do this and shower it down. It will only work while you're holding the pedal. It won't work when you're not holding the pedal down. Again, put the toilet seat down. Here's your toilet paper, waterproof. Get that closed. These are your night curtains. I'm just going to hand the camera off to my wife so I can use two hands. Here's your night curtains. You'll pull them over. And you'll pull them over. And now you're ready for night. One other feature I have in here is these. When you have your shower curtain around, if it's starting to pull on you, which it tends to do, you could hold them. You can hold it away anywhere you want with the magnets. If you come in here, here's your cabinet. Here's your wardrobe. You have a set of twin sheets if you want to sleep separately, a set of queen sheets if you want to put the big bed together, your blanket, 4 towels, 4 washcloths, 4 hand towels, toilet paper, and air freshener. You have a little brush. When you use the drawers, you'll push, open your drawer, there's nothing in them. Make sure they're always pushed locked when you're traveling. Okay, there you are. Okay, so that's a pretty good overview of the bathroom. Now, we're going to go over the one place. This is a little bit complicated, that's why I'm going to go slow. Now, this is called the one place. This is where the generator gets started and stopped. Your tank levels are here, your battery levels, and your water pump. Now, I'm not using the water pump, so again, I'll shut it off. Your tank levels, this is to check how much water you're using. You'll see fresh water full, LP is half. I'm going to fill that up in the morning. Gray is empty, black is empty. Your gray is your showers and your sinks. Your black is your toilet. Now, I'm plugged in right now, but I'm not going to start the generator. When you're plugged in, you do not want to start the generator. You always want to be unplugged when you start the generator. But to start the generator, you would just hit the start button. You'll hear it prime, and then it'll start. After the generator is running, it's going to take a full 5 minutes for everything to be able to work. With the generator, you can use the air conditioner or the microwave, nothing together, one item at a time. The microwave or the toaster or the coffee pot, one high power item at a time. Little things like chargers and things like that don't matter. Speaking of chargers, you have USB ports here, 2 of them. And you have 2 on the opposite side right there. Your lights are right here, your little reading lights. They're pushed right at the bottom. This LP switch is on, leave it on. All right, battery level really you don't have to worry too much about, but here's your battery voltage, the chassis voltage, and the house batteries. They're perfect. Okay, you want them above 12.6. Now at night, if you're not plugged in, at night the house battery will drop to 11.8, 11.9, 12.1, perfectly normal. This is when you're plugged in or the generator is running, shows you everything you can use. The WH stands for water heater, the refrigerator, and the air conditioning. Okay, and this shows you how many amps you're pulling. So in other words, if you started the microwave, which my wife's going to do right now, just start the microwave. And you'll see the amperage go up. See, the microwave pulls 8, 13. That's a lot of amperage. So if you went to use the microwave and the air conditioner, you would blow the breaker. Okay? All right, now we can shut that off. Now we're going to look at the Truma. The Truma is a little bit complicated. It's a touch screen, touch and roll. Okay? You see I touched the middle button here, the knob. I touched it. Now I selected the coach picture. It was flashing. This is for heat. I highly doubt you'll need heat. But if you wanted heat, you would select the coach, you would go to the bottle, and if you're plugged in, you'd pick EL2, which I'm plugged in right now, so I'm going to pick EL2, and you want your fan always on eco. Okay, and you'll see when the flame right there starts to flash, it's making heat. It probably won't because it's pretty warm in here. Okay, so it's set for 82 and it's not calling for heat because it's too warm. So I'm going to shut it off. So you go back to your coach and you roll the knob all the way back down to off. And that's now off. Now if you wanted hot water, which you will need hot water, you do the same thing. You select that thermometer, you push that, you go to the bottle, and if you're plugged in, you pick EL2. This will start making hot water because we're plugged in and the water's not hot. Give it a second. You will not hear the Truma. The Truma is virtually silent. But now you'll see it's blinking. It's now making hot water. It takes about 20 minutes. So right before, you cannot turn on the hot water heater right before you're showering because it's going to be cold. 20 minutes before you want to shower. So as soon as you park somewhere, turn your hot water heater on. Now, if I'm going back up, you'll see it's just selecting things. I'm going back up to the hot water heater. I'm turning that off. The reason I did that, there's a back button here, take you back to your main screen. If you're not plugged in, if you're out and about and boondocking, that means not plugged in, and you want hot water. You go to 140. You turn it down. You turn it to gas, and you select that. Now it's going to run on gas, and you'll see it's blinking. It's making hot water. Okay? And once again, we'll go to gas. We'll leave that. We'll go back to the thermometer, roll it down to off, and now everything is off. That's the solar. You have to do nothing with it. It's fine. Leave it alone. These straps are very important when you're traveling. These straps have to be snapped or your doors will break, and they're not cheap and they're not easy to fix. So when you're traveling, very important, snap your doors. Okay? All right, now we're gonna go cabinet to cabinet. Empty. Once again, this is not an airplane, so you don't slam them, you help them down. Okay, open, closed. Once I am done with this video, I am going to sanitize this whole unit for everything I touched with Lysol and alcohol. Here's your couch setup. And your other cushions there. These are the two pillowcases. They're going to go on the pillows, which I have right here stored. Everything's just been washed. Here is your coffee pot, toaster, one pan, one sauce pot, one lid, some paper plates to get you started, some containers, salt, pepper, 2 mugs. All right. Paper towels. I'll give you another roll. This is let's put the light on. The light for here, there's a bank of lights behind the driver's seat. Let's see if we can see those right there. Okay, one of them is for right here. Up, down, middle is off, up is low. Okay, and then this one, the other switch that my finger's on right here, is above the stove. Now, the stove. To light the stove, you put it to the flame, you hold it in. This is going to be kind of tough while I'm holding the camera, but I can do it. And you'll see the igniter right there, and it's lit. Let it go, it's good. Same thing on the other one, hold the flame, igniter. And if you let go too soon, it goes out. I do that intentionally. It has to warm up, otherwise it won't go. Do not close this glass while these are hot. So you'll notice I'm just fanning them a little bit. And now you close the glass. Your kitchen sink comes with dish soap, sponge, and this is normal. Here you go. On, off, hot, cold. Okay. The reason it's not pumping out water is because the water pump in the back is off. That was the button I showed you. Water pump on, water pump off. Okay? The microwave is a standard microwave as long as you have the generator running. Or you have, let's see, that way better, yeah. Or you're plugged in. It's a regular microwave just like your house. Bottom drawer, utensils, and the very bottom drawer. Two dish towels and some Ziplocs and a sponge. And your refrigerator. While you're traveling, you want it like this, not up like that, because that's when it's off. That's just to vent it. Okay, regular refrigerator, little freezer. All right, and always lock it when you're traveling. Make sure your faucet's always on top of the sink, because if it happens to get turned on by mistake, it will flood the unit. If it's on top of the sink like this, it'll go into the sink. Here's your pillows stored above. This is a curtain. These are your blackout curtains. Those are your blackout curtains for the front windows. They're pretty self-explanatory. 2 small ones go in the side windows, and the 2 large ones go in the front windows like sunshades. I'm not going to go over those. However, this, you have a blackout curtain in the back. A rod, one on each side. So you can pull that up if you don't want to mess with the front curtains, you can do that. Okay? All right. Again, this is just some stuff just so we don't have to spend a whole lot of time in here tomorrow. But I will be going over some operations. There's your steering wheel. The 2 front seats turn around. There's levers in the front. I'll show you in person. There's some garbage bags stored there. A table that comes up. A little toolbox underneath the floor. And now we're going to take a walk around outside. This is very, 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 very important. The battery, coach battery switch. Right there. It's green right now because we're plugged in. If we're unplugged and it's not on, nothing will work. Your step in and out, your power step, and out. Okay, if you forget to put it in before you drive away, it will go in automatically when you start the vehicle and shut the door. Awning lights and awning out is right here. Awning out. And we'll go up to the awning. The awning goes all the way out. And once again, I'm going to hand off the camera to my wife because I want to show you how the legs work. We come here, orange button.
Hold on.
Pull it down.
Not clear yet.
Take it out from underneath. And there's 2 options. You can put it into the side of the van like this.
Hold on. Gotta go slower.
Okay. Or my preferred method, and my wife, is straight down so you don't hang yourself. And then you can lock it in. Same thing on the other side. Very simple. Unlock them.
Hold on.
Oh, and take it down. Lift it up. Come right over here again. And get as close to this. I don't know if you're going to be able to get it. There's a little screw with a washer right there. And it goes under there. And then you lock it with the orange button. And again, all this can be done in person if need be. Same thing on the other side. And the awning lights. The awning lights. Awning lights are right next to the awning out. And you have lights. Very cozy. There's an outside light as well. That's up here. And if you go out, porch light is on. Porch light is off. Screen door. Step all the way back. Screen door, very, very gingerly, because it does pop off the track. Screen door open, very gingerly, same way, in and out. Alright. Now we'll take a walk around the outside. When you're plugged in, these outlets will work. This is a 12 volt, and this is, believe it or not, if you are plugged in to cable on the other side, which I will show you, then you can bring a TV and put a TV on this side of the coach. Yes, they've thought of everything. Back doors, rear view camera, works very well. These are your dump valves that I showed you in another video. This is your Truma exhaust. If you're running on gas, that gets very, very hot. This is your tank fill. Very important. Inside, when it says you need water, you have to fill it from here. What you'll do is you'll come in the back. You'll take the white hose off the back wall. I need a hand, please. I need a hand. I don't know where she went. Okay, now, there's a tank fill right here. You'll go and get your hose. You'll go and get your hose.
Blurry. It's blurry.
Step back. Is it clear now?
No. I'm saying I want them to read that. And you have to wait until it comes in. There we go.
Okay, now you can see neither of us are professional photographers, so just bear with us. This is a pressure regulator. It has an arrow in it on it. You won't be able to see that on the video, but it's on the opposite side pointing that way. You'll screw this into here, tighten it up just like a regular hose, tighten it all the way up. Then this will go on whatever spigot you have. Spigot. You'll turn it on. Have someone inside watching the valve, watching the tank level on the one place that I showed you earlier. When it's 2/3, flashing 2/3 full, 2/3 full, 2/3 full, you can shut it off. If you overflow it, it will overflow out. Don't worry about it. You can't flood the coach. When you're done, take it off. Screw it back together. Try to empty it if you can. And the reason I ask it to be screwed back together is because if it swings on the back, it does cause damage. So you'll take the shoelace and you'll hang it back up in the back wall where I got it. Okay, you have a broom. This basin you can use in the sink for if you're not hooked up and you just want to wash some dishes and not waste any of your black or gray tank, you can do the dishes in the basin and toss it outside. This is your tank treatment. I've already dumped the tanks, which you saw. Half a bottle of this treatment in the toilet. Half a bottle every dump. There's a water pump switch here. And then you can flush that down. And we're good. And we shut that off. That's a switch for here. This, for this blue hose, in case you wanted to rinse something off, it hooks on just like this, just like an air valve. If you're familiar with an air valve, you hold that collar in. A little tough on the camera, but now it's in. And now you can use water out here, right from this switch. Okay, I don't want to use too much of your water because I just filled you up. Drain it. And that's that. There's more treatment here. There's some gloves here for when you dump. And a few rags. In case you need them. Okay. I think we're done in the back. License plate door first. Always. Okay. So we've gone over the trim event, tank fill. This is where you'll plug in when you're at a campground. Can you see that? You'll see one is different. One is different here as well. It's just like the old Sesame Street song. One of these things is not like the other. And screw that on a little bit just to hold it, and you're all set with power. If you come across a campground with cable, there's your cable hookup. You screw into there and whatever is on the pedestal. Your regular gas goes here. Regular. Now I'm going to point this out to you. I did this intentionally. This is a surge protector. You have to plug this in to the pedestal. I'm plugged into an extension cord right now, but you would be plugged into the pedestal. Now you'll see I have a red light. I do that intentionally. I wired the circuit backwards on purpose with polarity. That's not good. You shouldn't do that. If you go to a campground, you plug this in, you have a red light, no good. I'm going to show you. I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to go switch it into another outlet. And I'm going to show you what it's supposed to look like. No? Now you'll see it's plugged into a different outlet in my house, and the red light is out. That's what you want. You want your green and your blue light when you plug into a campground. Okay? All right, so that's that. Here's your propane fill. You shouldn't need it. I'm going to send you out full. You should not need it, but if you go to any U-Haul, Flying J, or anyone that sells propane, they should know how to do this. And as far as anything else, I think we're pretty good as far as a quick video. It is kind of lengthy, but at least you have an overview of everything for tomorrow. All right, we will see you tomorrow.